All right, so let's start by I will introduce myself.
Okay.
My name is Kylie, and I will be a social worker working with you today. And before we get started with anything else, I do want to let you know that everything you share with me today is going to be confidential. It will be between you and I and my agency. And I also want to let you know that I am a mandated reporter. So if you share anything with me that I feel you could be a harm to yourself or be a harm to someone else, I am required to report that. Do you understand everything? Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so why don't you start off by introducing yourself and kind of sharing why you're here visiting with me today?
Okay. I am Sade. I go to school at DSU, and lately I've been really stressed out about the next plan of action for my courses. Some of the classes they don't offer at DSU, and I've been having a really hard time with that because I've heard of something called collaborative classes, I believe, and I'm not really sure what they are, but I have to graduate and I need these classes, and I really don't want to go all the way halfway across the world to like take these classes. I like Dickinson, and so I'm really struggling with either having to take these classes or even knowing what these classes are. So that's kind of why I started to look around to see maybe if you could help me with that. I don't know.
Okay, so it sounds like you're ready to kind of take that next step, but you're feeling a little overwhelmed. You don't know exactly how to go about it, what the exact process is, and what exactly collaborative classes are.
Exactly.
Okay, so have you talked about anyone else, maybe a teacher or an advisor at school about kind of answering some of those questions?
No, I mean, it's so much, Miss Kylie. I don't think you can get it. Like, I'm an athlete. I need to graduate. The funds, transportation, trying to get work and food and this and the next thing and with the weather it's cold and it's just it's just so much. And this collaborative thing now, it's just like the icing on the cake. Like, what else? You know,
Mm-hmm.
what other issues are there? Home issues. It's just starting to become almost a problem, really, for me. And I don't know. I don't know where to start.
Okay, so definitely seems that you're very overwhelmed and quite a few aspects of your life right now. It seems like what you're telling me is everything is just kind of piling up, piling up. So you did share with me a couple of different things that are stressing you out and that you're kind of worried about. So what I would like you to do is just take a piece of paper right now, and I just want you to kind of make a list. I want you to write down everything that is stressing you out right now. Is that something you can do for me?
Sure, how is that going to help me though? Like, I know what they are.
Right. I think maybe if we can sit down and you can visually see everything, that maybe something will kind of jump out at you and you'll know what your first plan of action is going to be.
Okay,
Sure.
fine.
Okay.
I'm an athlete, so that's a big deal with working out. Um, I'm away from home and with the weather, so the acclimation, it's pretty tough. Um, the finances, I have to graduate, so I can't be in school forever and ever. Like, it's expensive.
Of course.
Right now, this collaborative class, I don't even know what this is, but collaborative class is, to me, somewhat becoming an issue because I really don't know what that's all about. And I guess transportation, getting to and from all these places and work, you know. Work. Yeah, I would say that's
Okay.
that's a good list.
So this is your list of what
Yeah.
is stressing you out.
Mm-hmm.
So out of that list, is there something that you think is most pressing, something that you really want to start working on right now to kind of resolve and help?
Okay. So I guess the biggest thing for me right now, I would say, would be the collaborative classes, and then maybe finances, being an athlete, and then these things kind of, I kind of have those under control. I guess it's just a bit much, you
Right.
know.
They all add up and it's very overwhelming, of
Yeah.
course. That's
Overwhelming. Yeah, that's
very
exactly
normal.
what it is. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Okay, so see how we've kind of have narrowed down that list of all of your stressors. So now I understand that they're all important, but now that you kind of have picked that one that you know you want to work on, and you know that you're here for that reason, which is great that you have decided that this is something that you know you want to work on and that you might need a little help. So that's great that you've realized that. So now we can start talking more about your collaborative classes. Personally, I have went through that. I had to go through collaborative classes to get my degree. So I understand how stressful and it can be very overwhelming at times.
it is.
Yes, so I kind of know where you're coming from with that. And I think that that's definitely something that we can help you kind of work through and sort out and get you started on that path so that you can pick that school or pick what collaborative classes you do need. So I asked before, you have not talked to your advisor or a teacher. So I definitely think they would be a good resource for you right now. Is your advisor someone that you can get a hold of and that you feel comfortable talking to about getting some questions answered about the collaborative classes?
I've never really had a big issue where I needed to speak to my advisor about anything, but I have spoken to her in the past and she seemed to be pretty forthcoming with information.
So, okay, all right. So I think now kind of our next plan of action, since we've narrowed down your stressor list, I think you should go and contact your advisor. And I think maybe next week we can re-meet, and if you can talk to your advisor before then, get some information, ask her those questions that you want to know, get a little more information on those collaborative classes, and then next week when you come back, that's something we can sit down with and talk about, see how you feel about the answers you've gotten, and if you still have questions that she didn't get answered, maybe that's something then that will be our next step, finding you those resources and getting you those answers that you need.
Awesome. That sounds great.
That
Thank you
sounds
so
good.
much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will see you next week then.
Okay, see you.